Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It is Monday, January the 9th, 2023. I'm here to do another follow-up video on the video that I posted yesterday about the missing mom from Massachusetts. Her name is Ana Walshe. Um, this is insane, guys. I think I did a video 2 days ago and I spoke about how lately in society we have seen that there's a lot of crimes happening, but the crimes that are happening are into the next level, right? And by that I mean, like, people are losing like sense of anything. Like, there's, if they're going to do a crime, they take it to the next level. There's no empathy anymore. I feel like, in the Bible it speaks about in the last days, people are going to be lovers of themselves. Their love is going to turn cold. And I think what I learned today about her husband, his name is Brian Walshe. It is crazy that this mom of 3 kids, young kids, I think it's the age are 2, 4, and 6, right? Very young kids. Right now, there's no news on her, right? Let me start by saying there's no update of whether she has been found, nothing like that. But the what's breaking news right now is the husband, right? Once again, the story repeats itself. We have a husband who delays reporting the wife missing, who lies to police about her whereabouts, and who basically, what I'm talking about, the love of many will turn cold, and people have no empathy anymore, is that this man was taken into custody early yesterday, I believe, and the way he's coming out of the jail with handcuff and everything, this man is smiling for the cameras, and it is so bizarre to see, like, how does a couple goes from having a family, being together with each other, and then having kids, to your wife is missing for like a week now. You're taking into custody, right? Because you're lying to the police about her whereabouts, and your story is turning like one, your story is changing. So they take you into custody, and you're gonna come out of the jail smiling for the cameras. Like, this is insane to me. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm gonna show you the photo, right, so you guys see what I'm talking about. The video is posted out there. It's not my video, obviously, so I cannot post it here because I don't want to get I don't want to get a strike on privacy settings, anything like that. A copyright settings, I meant to say. But anyways, this man, not only is he like, what he's doing is very bizarre for somebody whose wife is missing, who calls like, I just learned also, by the way, that it wasn't even him who called police. It was her employer who say, we're waiting for her. She was supposed to take a flight to Washington D.C. on the early hours of January the 1st, right, of this year. She never got to the airport. The employer reports her missing 3 days after, and then the husband, we're not talking about their kids are 12 and 13, they come home from school, they make their own food, whatever. We're talking about very young kids, right? Who you wonder, like, did they have a babysitter? Did they have somebody to stay with them because she was going to be away? This man reports her, like, it's not even him who calls the police, it's the employer who's waiting for her to show up in Washington D.C. And then yesterday I saw some of the videos of the police draining the pool that they have in their backyard, and I was like, wow, man, these people immediately, this is what I thought, right? Because you always think, man, sometimes it feels like they always accuse the husband immediately, but then there's a reason why they do that, because it's usually the person who saw the victim the last, right? We have this story repeat itself. Like I said before, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I hope that she doesn't end up the same way as every other story that we hear about. Lacey Peterson, right? Shannon Watts. So many stories, we can count them up. Like, the story repeats itself all the time. It's always the last person, and the husband's always like, oh, I don't know, she went for a walk, right? Chris Watts say, oh, she went to a play date. Even just to say the words that they use doesn't even make sense, right? Your wife is missing, your friends are calling you, and she went to a play date. Like, a husband who is concerned will be like, oh no, this is strange, that's not her, something's going on. And then this man, Brian Walshe, is coming out of the jail. He's just being charged with lying, misleading police, right? He's coming out of the jail smiling. Like, are you kidding me? Like, if somebody's innocent, they will not even play with that. They, like, people are not even trying to look innocent anymore. It's like they're smiling. Like, are you kidding me? Like, if he had nothing to do with the disappearance, he will be like screaming, it's not me, please turn the search around and search for her, don't focus on me, let me get back to home with my 3 young kids, whatever, right? Anything. It is not normal behavior what this man is doing. To be honest, I don't know where I've seen this couple before, including her, but I don't know if they look like a couple from a reality TV show or something. They just look so familiar, right? Especially him, right? There's a lot of photos of him now, right? Now that we call him smiling. It is so strange to me. It's also strange, you think about something, right? You have a mom who is like a top leader, right? A leader expert, who is a realtor agent. She is celebrating New Year's at home with the family with 3 kids, and the same night she's flying over to Washington D.C. for a work related situation. I'm just trying to be honest, like, I'm just trying to be clear here. Not a lot of men will be okay with this type of trouble, right? And going and looking at, of course, this is, I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the behavior that you see that it's almost like it tells you that there's something was going on in this marriage, right? The other thing I noticed too a lot, I went to her Instagram, right? And she looks like her photos, like, people tell a story by the photos they post, right? And you can, when I was looking at her Instagram page, I'm like, is she separated? Before I even learned that he was being taken into custody, anything like that, because he barely is in any of the photos, right? And I understand there are men who don't want to be photographed, right? They don't like social media, they don't want to be out there, so it's like normal, right? But it just, to me, it was a little weird to see that. And the weirdest part of this whole thing, right? Forget about the Instagram account for herself, right? Is him coming out of the jail, right? Coming out of the police station, I guess I should say, smiling for the cameras. Like, are you kidding me, man? You have 3 kids at home right now who don't have their mom, and you are being questioned, you being accused of misleading police for that. There is no reason for you to be smiling. If anything, if you have nothing to do with her disappearance, you should be more upset, saying like, furious that they're not turning the investigation, searching more about her, and being concerned that you have 3 kids at home without their mom. Like, I understand, like, sometimes I feel like all these men that we see, like I said before, the story repeats itself. These men don't ever think about their kids, ever. Like the lady, right, that I talked to you guys about, Jennifer Doolittle from New Canaan, 5 kids. This man doesn't even, like, he tried to get his mistress to live in the same home with them. Like, what is going on with these people? Like, what is going on? And then to learn about Brian Walshe, not only did he mislead police about his whereabouts on the I think it's the January the 1st and the 2nd, this man, he went to Home Depot to buy $450 of cleaning supply. I mean, let me just tell you, I understand inflation is at an all-time high, and I understand that you have kids, you probably buy a lot of cleaning supply, but it is quite strange, right? It's like, I'm thinking about Mr. Scott Peterson. I went fishing. I just wanted to get the boat. It was raining, but I wanted to get on the boat. Okay. All these excuses, right? Like, $450 of cleaning supplies. Like, how much cleaning are you doing? You can take $50 right now, go into the Dollar Tree store and buy us enough cleaning supplies for, like, I don't know how big your house could be, but it should be more than enough with $50, okay? You're not going out to the store, right, to buy eggs, right? You're buying cleaning supplies. $450 of cleaning supply this man bought 2 days after the wife disappeared. And then he lies to police about it. Something is coming. Like, it is crazy. I actually thought when I made the video yesterday, I'm like, man, they're accusing him right away. They don't even know anything. This man must be having a nightmare. And I was so concerned, right? I never saw him before anything. And then I look at the video of him leaving the police station, and this man is smiling for the camera. Like, there's not even a respect. There's no respect whatsoever. What innocent person who gets arrested is gonna be smiling for the cameras? I just thought about something just now, right? Because we everybody knows the case about, what's the girl who went to Italy? Amanda Nuts, right? We know, like, people still have mixed opinion about her, but now that everything has been clear, right, resolved, and they actually have a guy in jail in Italy or France, whatever, that they charged him with the murder of Meredith. You could see a lot of the images of Amanda Nuts when she was arrested, when she was taken out of the court, when she was falsely accused. There's not one where she's smiling, right? Especially in this craziness scenario that she was basically living over there. Bizarre scenarios where it was just a student and she's being arrested, right? And accused of such a crazy crime like that. You see somebody crying, leaving the jailhouse crying, and people can say, well, yeah, but this and the other. This man, all of these men, of all these stories of this woman that disappeared, they all have one thing in common. The lack of empathy is insane. Scott Peterson calling his mistress from a vigil that they did to his pregnant wife that was missing 2 days, the Christmas Eve. Are you kidding me? And he's calling his mistress? Like, I don't understand, man. It's so obvious. This man has something to do with it. He's not even trying to hide it. He's not even, like, having some type of empathy or respect. 3 young kids at home, and the mom is missing, and he's gonna come out smiling. And then we learn, right, about him that he forgot, okay, like I said, he forgot to mention his trip to the Home Depot. And what else? He also has been, he's actually a con artist, right? That's what they're saying. In 2021, which was just, not long ago, right? They say that Walshe previously pleaded guilty to federal fraud charges in 2021 after stealing 2 authentic Andy Warhol paintings from a friend and trying to pass it off as replicas to them, and that he created the real thing. After hearing Monday, Walshe pleaded not guilty and was ordered held on a $500,000 bail. At this stage, that's what the police say. At this stage, they're only charging him with misleading police. They also say they found blood in the basement of the home that matched Anna's DNA. But it says here that when cops searched the family home, blood was found in the basement area, as well as a knife, which also contained some blood. Part of the knife was damaged. Sometime our dealer Walshe is currently under the house arrest pending sentencing on federal wire fraud charges. He told police in an interview he last saw his wife after 6 a.m. as she had to fly to Washington D.C., where she worked during the week, to take care of a work emergency. And that's another thing too. She had a ticket booked for January the 3rd, but she changed to leave on the 1st because of a work emergency. I don't even know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. It is so sad that I really hope, even knowing so much about him, even if he lies, even if the cleaning supplies, I hope that Ana Walshe doesn't end up like the other ones that we know. Because, you know, like, I just really hope that it doesn't end up like that. But I have a feeling it's just going the ball is rolling towards the same direction, like every other the victims that we heard throughout the years, that things like this happen. So let's keep the family in prayer. Like I said, let's keep the kids in prayer, and hopefully sometime this week we get some news, hopefully good news, right? But we will see. Let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Have a good night. God bless. For coming back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.